Hi Michael.
Hi Jeremy.
Thanks for coming in early so we can have a talk about today's session.
Okay.
What I've done is prepared a session. What I'd like to do is have a quick look through it and then agree which bits we're going to do and how we're going to support each other through the session. Okay, so if we go through the session, we're going to start with a bit of a warm-up.
Right.
Bit of a dynamic warm-up, of course. And I thought in that bit that you could do one or two of the bits in there.
Fine.
So if we did a bit of a jog round initially around a coned area.
Right.
And then I said to them, Michael's going to do star jumps now. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay, well what I'll do then is take them up the other end of the coned area we've got and they'll do some spotty dogs.
Yep.
And then if you could do split jumps with them.
Yep. Okay, at the other end, back at the other end.
Yeah. And then they've done 2 or 3 exercises.
Right.
Okay. When we've done that, we're going to do some basic running skills work. Would you like to lead that bit?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah.
Okay. What I thought we could do in there is, if we look at the task cards, you could do high knees.
Yep.
Couple of points. Which points would you bring out in the high knees?
Well, obviously keeping the knees high and a straight body will be sort of 2 areas I'd look at.
Okay. And when they've done that, we'll do some high skips as well.
Right.
So again, key points for that, what would you look at?
Well, similar but a bit more vertical movement, a bit more aggression with the drill.
But I'll still be there to support you, so if you need any help, just turn to me and ask.
Right.
And if I feel something hasn't quite got across, do you mind if I interrupt and come and say something?
That'd be great.
Okay, once we've done the warm-up, we're going to go and try and do some hurdle rhythm runs.
Okay.
Have you ever done much hurdle work?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit.
Is there anything you need to know about it before we start that work?
Well, yeah, it'd be useful to know sort of how many athletes, what age, ability they're at, just so I can sort it out in my head how the session's going to run.
Yeah, good point. When we start, there'll be 5, but I know one of them's got to leave after a while because he's off on holiday.
Okay.
So we'll have 4 for the most of the session, and probably by the time we get to the hurdle work, there'll only be 4.
Right.
They're all similar ages, 11, 12-year-olds. 1 or 2 are off to secondary, and 1 or 2 have started secondary.
Right.
But they're quite different in height and physical development. So we will need to think about how we adapt the hurdles to their needs.
Right.
What sort of adaptation do you think we might need to think about?
Well, possibly the gaps between the hurdles so that the stride pattern fits the hurdles.
Yeah.
If some are sort of stronger and have got a longer stride pattern, maybe we need to look at setting it up differently for those who've got a shorter step pattern.
And then we'll have a little discussion and work out who's in the best position and whether we need to change the lines the athletes are running down,
right,
or whether we need to actually move some of the hurdles as well.
Okay.
And then we'll finish that off with a bit of competition and we'll do a sprint relay over the hurdle.
Great, yep.
And then finally we'll do a bit of a cool down. I'll probably set them off on a jog cool down, and then if we swap some exercises between us.
Yeah, fine.
If you think of I think we should concentrate on which area of the body, do you think?
Well, if we're doing hurdling, lower legs,
yeah,
hamstrings, calves.
Okay, so if you take one of those, which one would you take?
If I can do the hamstring stretch, that'd be great. Yeah.
And I'll do a calf stretch.
Okay.
There's a couple of things we need to do first before we've done all that. I think we just need to create a little bit of a safe area and keep the group in there.
Okay.
And keep checking the safety bit, because it is a busy area.
Right.
And we need to keep our eyes and ears open all the time on that. What about from your point of view, what personal goal would you like to develop? What coaching skill would you like to develop during the session?
I think instruction and explanation today, so making sure that I give clear instructions and that I explain sort of the content of the exercise and that the athletes understand what I'm saying. That's important to me, yeah.
Okay, well we've got the bug here.
Right.
And it's always important to keep the bug handy when you're doing these. So if we go through those, it says you should plan what to say before you're going to speak.
Okay.
Gain their attention before starting. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
And then check them for understanding.
Okay.
Okay, so if you try and follow that pattern, what I can do when we finish the whole session is give you some feedback on that area.
Right.
And give you a sense of how you're doing with that personal goal.
Right.
Would that be helpful?
Yeah, very useful.
Okay, so you're happy with the whole session now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Have you had a good look around the area and thought of where we could use here?
Yeah, well, there was an athlete down using the long jump pit. We've got an athlete, a 400-metre athlete there. I've spoken to the coach, and they're going to be using lane 1 on the inside.
Do we know how long they're going to be doing the session for there?
I think they said about half an hour. So, okay. I mean, I was thinking possibly about using this area because we're away from the long jump pit, with plenty of room there for the athlete to go in lane 1. And we're away from the workmen who are just behind us there. So.
Right, let's go and have a look and set our equipment up. What we're going to do today is build on the work we've done previously on running skills, but I'm also going to involve Michael here, who's going to do a little bit of the session with you, because he's learning a bit about coaching, so he's going to work with us as well. Michael, do you just want to check the safety bits for us first?
Yeah, okay. Are you all feeling well today? Anybody got any injuries? Okay, that's good. Can I just ask Victoria if you can just zip your tracksuit bottoms up at the bottom, just to make sure you don't trip up. Okay, you all ready for the session? Great. Anything else, Jeremy, you want to check on?
Yeah, I always have to check with Brogan. What do we say about chewing? Okay, because it's safer when you're running not to be chewing, so do you want to get rid of it? What I want you to do, Victoria, if you lead it off, is go into a very light jog outside the cones in a big circle. You happy with that, Victoria?
Yeah.
Okay, lead them off. Nice and easy. Relax those arms, change direction. Just begin to slow it down to a walk, Brogan.
Okay guys, you'll want to give yourselves a bit of room just in this area here. Spread out because we're going to be using our arms, that's great. Okay, Sam, Kyle, can you just turn in? Ben, can you do a couple of star jumps for me? Good stuff. That's great, thanks Ben. Okay, brilliant Ben. Now we're all going to do 10 each, so 10 star jumps, the best you can do, and then we're going to run a full lap and come back here, okay? Run a gentle run. So off you go with your star jumps. Okay, that's good. Bit more effort. That's great, well done Ben, well done Sam. Really stretch up, that's good Victoria. Good stuff. Okay, and we'll just jog round the lap and come back here. Well done,
Okay,
well done Ben.
and when you get to the white one, everybody do 10 spotty dogs, off you go. Keep going, Kyle. Off you go, jog another lap. Sam's grabbed the front.
Okay, so 10 split kicks each. Off you go. Brilliant. That's good, Victoria. Well done, Ben. That's good, Sam. Fantastic. Right, now one lap just round the edge.
Well done.
Okay, right, so we're going to do some running skills. I'm going to ask Victoria to do a demonstration of high knees. So, Victoria, if you can come out and stand by me. Okay, and turn and face that way. Okay, you're watching. Right, if you can just walk and demonstrate high knees to the line and then turn and come back out again. Okay, off you go. That's good. And just turn and come back. That's it. Great, and just stop there. Now what we're looking for on these is a high knee lift and a tall body, okay? So again, if we show it from the side, Victoria, you just want to walk out to this side here. Okay, and just walk across to the white line where the cone is, and then turn and come back. Okay, off you go. That's good. Look at the high knee and the straight body. Okay, and turn, and come back. That's great. Okay, thanks Victoria. If you want to go back to the start. Okay, so what we're looking for specifically, Sam?
Being tall.
Being tall, that's great. And anything else, Brogan?
High knees.
High knees, correct, good. Okay, you ready to go? Right, what we're going to do is the high knee drill up to me where the cones are on this line, and then stop when you get here. Remember to concentrate on being tall, nice high knees. Okay, off you go. That's good.
Just swing those
Remember
arms,
to be
Kyle.
tall.
Walk normally. Walk normally.
Nice and high. That's good, Victoria. Well done, Brogan. Good, Sam. Well done, Kyle. Okay, and stop there. This time from the white line, we're going to do the same again, the high knee drill up into the cone there to the white line. Okay. Nice and tall, nice high knees. Off you go.
Kyle, just walk a bit normally and swing those arms, you remember?
Good. And stop. And turning.
I just noticed that Carl was struggling a bit with the exercise. I'm just going to step in and do a little bit of work with him.
Right.
Watch.
Okay.
Carl, do you remember earlier on when we were warming up, I was getting you to walk normally and then swing your arms. Can you just do that for me? Walk towards me, swing your arms. Great. Smile. Now lift your knees a bit higher. Yes. Do you remember? Great. Keep working at that and it'll get better.
Okay, so we've done the high knees. We're just going to develop that a little bit and do high skips this time. Now it's the same learning points. Get the knees up nice and high and stay tall, but a little bit quicker and a little bit more aggression in a vertical direction. So I'm going to ask Brogan to demonstrate. If you can do 2 on each leg, Brogan, and then stop and turn and do 2 back. Okay, off you go. That's good. And back again. Superb. Well done, Brogan. Can you all see that? Could you see the high knee and the tall body? Okay, Brogan, if you just want to do 2 again on each leg going across that way. Okay, from there. That's great. Can you all see? Good stuff. And just turn them back again. One more time. Well done, Brogan. And back to your starting position. Okay, so you're all happy with that. Okay, Carlin, can you give me 1 key point to remember?
Nice and tall.
And Victoria, what's the other key point to remember?
High knees.
High knees, fantastic. Okay, so off we go. Okay, and stop. Stop there. That's good. Off we go. That's good. Well done, Victoria. Good stuff, Kyle. Brilliant, Sam. And stop there.
Well done, Michael. Is there anything else you noticed when they were doing that about the technique that we need to pick up on later?
Well, yeah, I think if anything, maybe look at the feet, the position of the feet, okay. Possibly the arms, to utilise the arms a bit more, yeah.
Okay, well let's remind each other and talk about that at the end of the session so we can plan for what we do next.
Okay.
Great, thanks. What I want you to do first is simply to run normally over the hurdles. I'm not asking you to hurdle, I just want you to run over the hurdles. And we're going to see if we can get 3 steps between each hurdle. Kyle, would you do a demo for us? What I want you 3 to do is to count the number of paces he takes between each hurdle. This lane, and round the cone and back. Are you ready? Everyone ready? Off you go. First 2 ready? Just run naturally over the hurdles. See how many steps you take. Are you ready? Off you go. Sam, Brogan, off you go. That's good. Well done. Michael, did you see enough there?
Yeah. Okay, are we ready? Off you go. Okay, off you go. Well done, Brogan.
And jogging back.
Okay, guys, we can get together. We're going to have a bit of a relay competition now, you'll be pleased to know. So we're going to split in 2 groups, Brogan and Victoria. If you can take that. And Sam and Kyle, if you want to come here. Now, Kyle, if you can go in this lane, you can go off first, so there's the baton. Now what we're going to do is, Kyle, you go from the green marker. You're going to go up the hurdles, round the white marker at the end, the white cone, back down here, and hand on to Sam, who's then going to go up the hurdles that end, round the green cone, and back down this aisle. Okay, and finish here. Okay, you 2 are in the same lane, so you're just going to go straight up to the hurdles, turn to the right, and back down this lane, and hand over, and off you go. Okay, on your marks, go! Okay, good. Well done, Kyle.
Call him, call him.
Well done, Victoria.
Come on, Kyle.
Off you go, Brogan. Go on, Sam. Well done.
Kyle, I want you to lead this bit off. I want you just to do a couple of laps jogging around this area here. So if you stay on the white line and stay on the green and just lead around a couple of laps, and then we'll call you back into the middle, do a little bit of stretching, finish, collect equipment and go home. Okay? Ready, Kyle? Lead them off. I'll leave it to you to say anything. Yeah.
That's it, Kyle. Stay relaxed. That's good, Sam. Relax those arms. That's good. cooling down now. Nice and easy.
Find yourself a little bit of space there so you can stretch out a bit. We're just going to do 2 stretches to finish with, and we've been using legs a lot, so we're going to stretch 2 areas of the legs. One bit of your leg you've been using is the calf muscle. So there's lots of stretches we can do for the calf, but we're just going to do this one. I want you to put both your feet facing forward, reasonable distance apart. Make sure both toes are facing in the same direction, facing forward. Just turn that left foot a little bit, Victoria, so it's facing, that's it. And then I simply want you to keep the rear leg straight and to bend the front knee until you feel the calf stretching a bit. And try not to fall over. Okay, keep your body nice and upright. Keep very upright, hold it for a few seconds and relax. And then swap legs over, so you put your other leg forward. Check your toes are facing forward.
Facing me. Now put your legs out, your feet out in front of you, feet together, and sit up nice and straight, hands in front of you. Now I want you to stretch up in the air, and then slowly reach forward and touch your toes if you can. That's good. Hold for a few seconds, and then back up, and take a breath in, and breathe out, and slowly go down and touch your toes again. And hold for 5 seconds. If you can't touch your toes, just rest them on your legs. That's it. Okay.
Well done. It's been a really good session. You've done really well today. Just remind ourselves what we've been doing. We did a full warm-up. We then did some running skills activities. What did you do? Do you remember what you did?
A relay race.
You did a relay race. That was a competitive bit at the end. What skills did we work on a bit of today?
High knees.
High knees. We worked about high knees. We worked about our running skills. Then I introduced you to some hurdling when we learnt about the gap. What's the ideal number of steps for hurdling, Kyle?
3.
3 between the hurdles, and everybody got to 3 steps between the hurdles. So we've done all that, and then finally we've done a cool down. So it's been a really good session. And I'm going to ask Kyle, Sam, could you collect the hurdles in those 2 rows? Victoria, Brogan, could you collect the other hurdles and the cones, please? Thanks very much. All the equipment's in, and we're leaving the area tidy. You enjoyed today?
Yeah.
Great. I've enjoyed today, and Michael's enjoyed it. And thanks to Michael for coming along and helping with the session today. It's been good, it's been different, and he's going to come back and do a bit more. So what are you pleased with? What went well?
Well, I think the instruction and explanation that I was keen to sort of do at this session went quite well. I felt I gave clear instructions, explained things pretty well, and the athletes on the whole sort of did the activity sort of as prescribed, so I thought that went quite well. I don't know what you thought about the positions and explanations.
If I give you some feedback on that. Well, if you look at the bug, you clearly planned what to say before you spoke.
Yeah.
Do you think you gained their attention before starting?
Yeah, possibly. I could have made more of an impact before I started explaining, sort of using names and just making sure they were paying attention. But on a couple of occasions, we made sure that they were listening and that they could see what was happening. So, yeah.
I'm sure they were listening, because did you know they did what you asked them to do?
Yeah.
Okay, so kept it simple.
Yeah.
And checking for understanding.
Yeah, on a couple of occasions I asked the athletes what the key points were, so they were feeding back.
I mean, you did that very well, because I think clearly you thought about the questions that you were going to ask, which links in from there. So I think, yes, you did give a good example of providing instruction and explanation. And I think maybe we can move on from that. And when you think about the personal goal for next time, you may think about something to add to that.
Right.
But we'll come back to that in a minute. Anything you might do differently in the session?
I think possibly I could have used demonstrations, personal demonstrations, maybe a little bit more. I tried to use the athlete's ability and get them to get it across, but there was a couple of occasions where I think I could have done an instruction, explanation, and even a demonstration. With the hurdle drill once, they turned the wrong way around the cone, and I think if I'd have done that before the session started, they would have been clear which way they were going then. So yeah, possibly more demonstrations. That could be a key area for next time.
Okay, well, I think it's probably worth having a quick look at the demonstration bug. So if we look at the 4 key points, and I'll send you away with this, it talks about put them in a position so they all can see and hear.
Yeah.
which is important. Focusing attention on one or two key points.
Right.
Did you do that this morning, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, with the high knees, we looked at, obviously the emphasis was on the high knees and keeping a straight position. So those were the two key points there.
Yeah.
So I felt that went quite well, yeah.
Okay. And then it's repeating the demo more than once.
Yeah.
So when you got them to do it, did they do it more than once? Or?
Yeah, well, we got the athletes to come towards me and then back towards those who were watching, and then I turned them sideways on so they could see the sideways on demonstration. So yeah, I felt like we did that.
And then for checking for understanding, we've already gone through that with the instruction explanation one.
Yeah.
So you've got that one. So if you take this one away and think about demonstrations for next time.
Yeah.
The interesting thing with this bit, you mentioned that with two key points, that they focused on two key points in some of the exercises.
Yeah.
Do you remember we had that brief conversation about something in one of the activities?
Yeah.
Where we talked about a couple of other things we noticed. Do you remember what it was we noticed?
Yeah, in the high knees we spoke about foot position and utilising the arms, but I was wary of not bringing in too many key points. But both of the high knees and the straight position were fine.
Yeah.
But I was noticing possibly differences in the arms and foot position.
Yes. So what do you think we should do about that now?
Maybe something to look at the next session.
Okay, so perhaps in the next session, if we do running skills,
Yeah.
we could look at arms
Okay.
and we could look at position of foot.
Yeah.
Hopefully they will have more confidence in getting knees high, an upright body, and then we can focus on the other two bits.
Right.
Okay, so we'll do that. So you're going to go away and think about running skills with the arms and the feet positions.
Yeah.
You're going to think about the provide demonstration bug and how you make that work. And I'm going to plan some bits for the session that build on what we've done all day, up today. And I'll get you the session within the next couple of days so you can have a look at it and plan for next time.
Right, great.
Excellent. Thank you, Michael.
Thank
Good
you.
day. Thanks.